you learn how to have an amazingly balanced, beautiful, healthy lifestyle. And you also, if you tune into our show, you learn a lot about fitness, health, beauty, and just overall balance. So we're also joined by Dr. Lee, our co-host in the show.
Well, thank you, Kurt. Um, we are actually in a place not only we can give advices on weight loss, we actually help the people who are having some difficulty in weight loss.
For example, my first 30 days, I just thought I'm going to do the same thing I did when I was 16. You go to the gym and then you eat like a monster and you have a great time. And I worked out 6 hours a day for a month, lost no weight. Okay, and so then I went to see a holistic doctor, a little bit like Dr. Lee, and she got me in alignment. So Dr. Lee, if somebody comes to you and says, like, I'm exercising like crazy, I'm not losing any weight, what would you recommend that they do if they come down to visit you at AZ Laser and Skin, located at, if you want to look at the website, azmdlaser.com?
So there's a whole educational process there. You have to understand the simple math. It's easy to say that, but people need to realize what's taken in, what's burned away. They need to be in calculation all the time. That's called calorie count, and you count your calorie burning too. And another thing I don't want to forget to mention is staying healthy. You actually can't diet so much. You actually can be lack of certain nutritions. So to choose the kind of healthy food is important. That will ensure your nutrition and health at the same time. Decrease your calorie and decrease your weight.
If I could mention two apps that you just go to the Google Play Store on your smartphone and download either Fitness Buddy, which is free, or a Calorie Counter, which is also free. It allows you to look up what are good foods for you. And now, really, honestly, you would probably need to take a visit to Dr. Lee at azmdlaser.com, make an appointment, sit down with her, and talk about the kinds of foods that you should put together to get yourself balanced. But then, in order to keep yourself organized, then you can use one of these two apps, schedule yourself into those so you know ahead of time what food you're going to eat, because half of it is just grabbing a Snickers bar and going over to sit down on television. What you want to do is have a pre-planned, proactive meal plan so that when you sit down you know what you're going to eat, and you can actually munch on celery sticks and maybe some cream or whatever it would what you've put together ahead of time, knowing that it matches. So that's some of the advice I would give. The other thing, if you want to know what your set point is, we keep talking about above and beyond what you burn. How do you know what you burn? So with these apps, you can actually track everything you eat for an entire week, especially if you pre-plan it. Then stay on that plan for a week. Then measure what you weighed before and what you weigh afterward, and then multiply what you gained by 3,500 calories. So if you gain 2 pounds by 3,500 calories, that means that you subtract 7,000 calories from what you ate that week, and voila, you know exactly what you burn per day. You divide that by 7, and that's what you have that you burn each day. Now you have something to build on.
Some of the workout machines will give you some of those indicators, so not very accurate.
Not as accurate, but at least it's an indicator, something to get started if you don't want to go in a whole week. But if you can't last and behave yourself for a week, come on, get committed.
This is exactly why I say the best way is to cook breakfast, because you are actually controlling what you're eating.
Agreed.
Once you know what's good and what you should be eating and what you enjoy eating, make it. And you actually eat it throughout the day, and you know exactly what you're eating. So, talked about the calorie count. The next, we want to go over just some fat burning foods. This is our health tip of the week, and the number one fat burning food, apple.
Amazing.
There is actually a way of detoxing, meaning that you only eat apple the whole day. When we are dieting and everything, sometimes there's plateau.
Right.
You just can't do much. You feel like, I need to do something. I have found this to be a effective way. You pick a day that's low stress, either from Friday night to Saturday night, from dinner to before dinner on Saturday. All you eat is apple. So you can eat I don't think there's a limit. I think if you're hungry, eat an apple.
Now, here's what I want to caution. Apple juice is essentially just sugar.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
It's not.
So there's a lot of apple juice diets out there. That's not what we're talking about. Apples, entire whole apple. Well,
Right.
maybe minus
The
a little bit of the core.
The,
Yeah.
the fruit itself will keep you full.
Mhm.
If you're hungry, you can eat another one.
Mhm.
And it actually gives you enough fiber, you're actually going to detox. Not to do for every day, but once in a while, like maybe once in every 2-3 weeks, a month, is a good way to give a little boost to weight loss and detox.
Agreed.
The next healthy food that burns fat or is considered very fat burning is oats. This relates to the right type of carbohydrate.
Correct. It also has a good amount of protein. Not full protein, but
That's
there's a little
right.
bit of protein in there.
That's correct. So a bowl of the hot cereal is good food for you. Cinnamon is the third one. Cinnamon's not real food, but it's a good fat-burning ingredient that you can put in your oats or any other salads, dressing, even milkshakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one is surprised me a little bit. I don't know about this one. Pine nuts.
You're right, because there's a lot of fat content in nuts.
That's right. So portion is still important. The way to control it
Good
is
fat.
to measure it. It's
Yes.
very good fat. A lot of times, the vitamins in the fruits and vegetables need a little bit of fat for it to be absorbed well, to be fully absorbed. So mixing a little fat, good fat, like pine nuts. I don't think it has to be pine nuts. Pine nuts is a high quality, good tasting nut. But walnuts, almond is actually highly recommended for weight burning.
Yes, it
So
also
I would
helps.
just say category-wise, it's nuts.
Absolutely.
Pine nuts and almonds stand out.
Everywhere I go, almonds are recommended over the other types of nuts, and part of it is they also help pH balance your body, which is a little bit controversial. We'll talk about it on another show.
Absolutely, absolutely. The next one is healthy fat-burning food is eggs. I think just in case you guys didn't hear about, eggs is getting a comeback.
Very good.
Everybody's saying, the cholesterol in the egg yolk is something to avoid. People throw it out. No, new studies actually show unless you already are obese and have a lot of risk of cardiac disease, have high cholesterol, the right amount of eggs including the yolk, is very safe and healthy for you. And
It still has calorie content, which you want to kind of take a look at.
absolutely, especially for the nuts part.
Yes.
They're high in calories. You do want to portion them well and pre-measure them so you don't lose track and eat too much of it.
For example, 11 almonds is about all your body can process at one particular time. Any more than that, you're going to be putting them on your
That's correct.
places you don't want to.
And this kind of leads to another subject I was thinking about, that it is drinking and drink, but don't drink. Drink water, but don't drink alcohol.
Agreed. In fact, I had a personal trainer that I was interviewing, and he was extremely built, and he did a great job. He said the number one piece of advice that he would give when I asked him, what's the number one piece of advice you give? He said, don't drink your calories. Don't drink your calories. He said, those are my
That
two
is
pieces of
soda,
advice. Yeah, so no sodas,
juices.
juices, any of that. Don't drink your calories. Instead, have actual real food value so that it stays in your stomach and you don't get hungry.
I guess juice is okay. Juices are okay in small quantities, and you have to know it's full of sugar.
But even then, if you're going to drink orange juice, eat an orange. If you're going to have apple juice, eat an apple instead.
That's always better.
Always better.
Right.
Eat that.
Capsicum or hot pepper is another.
I'm so glad you brought that up, and it's also very spicy, and it adds a lot of flavor to otherwise sometimes bland eating habits.
That's right. So drink lots of water so your body can function well.
I'm a
with
huge
hydration.
believer in so many times you think you're hungry, you're really thirsty. Go drink a quart of water before you eat, and you will not be as hungry.
At night, my son says, I am hungry after eating a whole meal. I said, you know what? Maybe you won't be anymore if you drink a glass of water.
Yes, my mom just said go to bed.
No, we do have in our next show, we're going to talk about a tip, how to get the hunger away right before the bedtime without eating.
Great idea. It looks like we're getting really close to closing.
That's right. And I just want to mention one more thing, that is eating the right kind of snacks. We talked about these healthy foods. They're the best snacks. Apples, nuts, some cooked eggs. If you can eat capsicum, that'll be great.
All right, sounds good. So take this advice, it will change your life. Thanks for tuning in to the Ageless Living Show here on World Talk Radio on Voice America. This is Kurt Wilhelm, your co-host of the show, and
This is Dr. Tong Li, your host. We'll hope to see you next time.